Moving on from identity, let's talk a little bit about commitment. I don't know of a community that is any more committed to the education of their young people than our own Blue Valley community. And I want to thank you for that, because those of you that are here in this room are responsible for that commitment. You know, we hear all the time about our community being best place to raise a family, most intelligent city, best public safety, you know, on and on and on. And all of these commitments that we make to having a community that we can call home are so extremely important. You commit to our kids when you mentor in the CAPS program. When you're a part of our volunteer program, you absolutely are committing to everything that we do. When you support the Blue Valley Education Foundation like you're doing today, it shows the commitment that you have. One fact you're probably not aware of, our business community, commercial property owners. Property taxes this last year, $57 million went towards Blue Valley schools. $57 million for business owners within this community. Folks, we don't even think about that. As homeowners, we think about the property taxes that we pay, and that goes to the various constituencies around. But let me tell you, our business community does a tremendous job to the tune of $57 million in supporting us, and that's a commitment. That's a huge commitment. Another way that you all show your commitment is the fact that we passed a bond issue by a resounding margin back in 2012. And I want to share with you just a little bit, a couple of the things that are starting to not just come out of the ground, but really that we're starting to utilize from those bond dollars. First, let me talk about the Hilltop Learning Center. With your support, we were able to convert a former church into a learning center for our early childhood kids. And let me tell you, this is a tremendous, tremendous learning experience for these little ones. This is a federally mandated program. It's basically for kids that have developmental disabilities or delays. We also have role model students come in so that those kids can model after them. We have 15 sections in the morning, 15 sections in the afternoon. That place is a buzz. And it's all thanks to you and the fact that you were willing to trust us with your bond dollars. Also, our Parents as Teachers program now has a permanent home. Wendy Webb's out there someplace and some of her team members, and let me tell you, Wendy is a trooper, because Wendy probably has the Blue Valley record for having the most number of places and the most number of moves, picking up all of the, I mean, this is birth to 3, folks. Think of the toys, think of all the things they have to move, but they have a permanent home now on the Hilltop Center. So, Wendy, wave. We appreciate you and all you do. Secondly, we've now been able to construct secured entryways at every one of our facilities. Our board asked us to accelerate that after the tragedy in Newtown, Connecticut. We were hoping to have these done by 2018. They asked us to get them done by this fall, and we have a tremendous group of people that work on our construction area. They were able to move everything up, get it rearranged, and you'll see some pictures up there. But now, every single one of our facilities, when you come up to it, all of the exterior doors will be locked when school starts, and then you're funneled into the office area so that we know who you are, we know that you're there, and we know it's okay for you to be there. And so we really appreciate your faith and confidence in us as we try to make our schools more secure. The third way I think you show your commitment to us is near and dear to my heart, because I really believe in strategic planning. I think you have to know where you want to go. I think you have to set goals. I think you have to set stretch goals. In order to do that, you've got to have your community buy into that. And so that's what we do. Back in 2005, we had a community gathering, and we asked the question, what is it that you want from your school district? Then in 2010, we did it again, and now this is 2015 coming up. We're looking once again for a third time for community input. So some of you, all of you are invited or welcome, but some of you I'm sure will come and show up and work with us as we look at the next 5 years. Those are really, really important to us. Basically what we've come up with is the mission of unprecedented academic success and unparalleled personal growth for every student has been renewed every time we've looked at it. That's our mission. Those are the two goals that we have that are up there. You know, we really have spent a lot of time this morning talking about the Blue Valley virtues and talking about character. That's, folks, because you as a community have told us it's not just academics that matters. We want quality kids. We want kids that care. We want kids with integrity. We want kids who can make good decisions. We want kids that work hard. And so we're doing everything we can in our strategic initiatives, our strategic plans, to not only work on the academics, but to work on the personal growth side. Extremely, extremely important to us. One thing that we'll be visiting as we work with the community are 3 strategic initiatives that our board came up with about a year ago. And these 3 strategic initiatives, we'll want to know, what do you think about them? We'll want to know what's the best way to measure them. We'll want to know, what's the end goal with these, but let me just mention them. The first one deals with technology and becoming a digitally managed system. And this really is more of a backroom kind of thing. We want to make the lives of our teachers easier. We want them to have single sign-on. We want them to be able to go and to access the things that they need to access at the drop of a hat and not have to worry about things not working or connecting or remembering multiple passwords and all those kinds of things. So that's a behind-the-scenes type of goal. We want to create and implement a system of selection, retention, and professional development that ensures that each Blue Valley student has an exemplary teacher in every classroom. That's the key. Folks, not just academically, but personal growth-wise, that's the absolute key. We have a great partnership with our Blue Valley Education Foundation, with our Teachers Association, and we want to maintain that relationship, and we want to work with them to be sure that every teacher in front of every child every day is exemplary. And that's the goal, and we'll be coming up with ways to measure that and ways to ensure that that is the case. And then lastly, we want to be a district that is among the world's leaders in academic achievement. We absolutely don't want to forget about the academic part. So, John, and those of you that were here last year, let's talk a little bit about #BeatFinland. Folks, if you want to know what contributes to a superintendent's lack of sleep, it would be him standing up and talking about beating another foreign country in terms of their academics, knowing that they had outperformed them the year before. So let me talk just a little bit about this. I'm going to bring these up one at a time. This is not a dancing dots one because we don't have a longitudinal study yet. Hopefully we can turn it into that in a few years. But if you were here last year, you know that Finland's PISA score in 2009 in reading was 536. Now, a little bit of background here. PISA is given every 3 years internationally, and the United States as a whole takes that exam. In fact, it was done in 09, it was done in 12, and it takes, this is kind of crazy, but about a year to even get the results, because the results from the 12 just came out, this past spring. We showed you what our scores were as a district because we actually can give that exam every year. We don't have to wait every 3 years, and showed you that we were a little bit behind Finland. Well, when Finland retook the test in 2012, a strange thing happened. They didn't do quite so well. So that means we beat Finland, right? I mean, we're better than Finland? All right, show the last one. When we took it in 2013, this is what we did. Now, I'd like to take a lot of credit for that, but if you're smart, what you're thinking is, he talked about this last August, and these 15-year-old kids took the exam in October, so they really only had 2 months, and we weren't able to do a whole lot. But we're going to take credit for it anyway because we're really proud of our kids. Let's go to the next one. Let's look at math and see what happens. Finland's score in 09. Our score that I shared with you last year, we were lagging behind them 6 points. Their score in 2012. And then our score in 2013, 550. All right, now let's do science real quick. Their score, Our comparative score, and by the way, Finland is second in the world in science. They really, really do well in science. And even though their score dipped a little bit, they are right up there banging against Shanghai, quite frankly. Take a look at our score, and this one is hashtag still work to do. Hashtag still work to do, because we didn't quite get them, but we're going to keep working on it. So anyway, congratulations to our kids and all that they've done.